I'm going to teach you how to draw her hair. So one thing about anime people is that their hair always starts quite a ways up. Like, it's going to start probably here. Her hair, I'm going to say. So for me, that's about maybe an inch, I'm going to say, on this kind of paper. I don't really know what size this is, but it is a little bit smaller than what's that called? 8.5 by 11 paper, which is usual printer sizes. So I actually decided to take this over a little bit, because one thing I noticed when looking at the reference is that this does not come that far off from her ear. So you do want that to be a little bit closer. So I try to keep that in mind. So you kind of just want these hair pieces coming over here, kind of just explaining, that it's over there, I guess. So then I'm going to draw these lines over here. And I noticed that she has like a line here, and these lines indicate that this is being pulled. So you definitely want to add in that indication of that. Otherwise it will not look right. So now that we have that, her hair is very flowy. Like, she has beautiful hair. Like, I wish I had anime hair. Like, their hair always seems to be so flowy and nice, and it's like, oh, I wish my hair was like that. But yeah. And then you're just going to add it over. And it just kind of flows out. There will be some lines, added in here. Like, for example, the shading for like the under the hair is going to be about right here, and you can look at that as being just right under the ear. And then there'll be like additional stuff, but I want to add in her shoulders because I think I might have to add this hair a little bit over. Well, actually, maybe not. I don't know, because her shoulder is about right there, I'm going to say. Like, their head is very huge compared to their shoulders. Like, anime characters, they tend to have very tiny shoulders compared to the rest of them. So one thing I'm going to do is, because Rin, I don't know, she just doesn't look right without her tablet. So I'm going to try to add that in, which I need my ruler. For things like this, I used to hate using rollers. I refuse to use rollers because, I don't know, I just don't like using them. I'm a lazy person. But it is good to use a roller for things like this. And I'm not going to add it like the reference picture that I was originally using. Like I told you, she's by the swing. She's all surprised because she didn't make that. And that's not normal. She knows it. So I'm just going to add this over this line here. I'm going to say about to there maybe. I don't know. The tablet's pretty big compared to her, and I don't know why he gave her such a giant tablet. Like, I think when she was younger that would have been difficult to handle, like, carrying around. Probably would have dropped it everywhere. The good news is it's virtual, so, at least it can't break. Like, you drop your iPhone nowadays, and that's it. It's gone. But anyway, so yeah. So that's the finished hair tutorial. I know I got into moving the tablet. I'm easily distracted. But that's pretty much the basics. Like, her hair just comes over and fans out. And it fans out a little bit, not too much, but a little bit to her sides as it goes down. Because it's pulled at the top. So you definitely want to make sure that it's not fanning out too much up here. You're going to want it to cascade down and then fan out. So yeah. And then I should also bring up for the hair. Like I say I'm done, but I'm never done. Her hair has like little lines in it, which indicate how her hair is pretty much pulled. And for me, I just kind of add it in like that. I don't really go into huge details because, as you can see, we have the basic character. So now you see that I have her hair finished, and it's, speed drawn for the rest of you guys. And that's pretty much it for the hair. It's very simplistic to draw. It's not very difficult once you get the hang of it. Now I'm going to teach you the very basics of drawing just a little bit of her shirt. So one thing about her shirt is that it comes over. and then it crosses down. And then you'll notice about right here, it's going to have these little squiggly lines. And then over. And then over here, you'll notice that she has this like strap, right? And that's pretty easy. You just take it up and then squiggly line it down, and then it just kind of goes in there, so you're not going to see it too much. And that's the very basic of that. There is like a little thing that sticks up here, so I'm going to kind of add that. And that's actually pretty much it, except for adding in this line here. Except for. I always say except for. Always forgetting stuff. And then of course it comes back out over here. And you know, fabric does not just sit on someone's shoulder, you know. It kind of comes up a bit because, you know, the clothing is over her. You don't want to have it exactly to her shoulder unless it's a tight fitting item, you know, I don't know, like a tank top. That's going to be doing that. And then you're going to want to add in her collarbone. Don't forget her collarbone. Because she does have one. Because she's a skinny little girl. Okay, so that's pretty much the basics of that. There's not very much to add in, because right about here, you might want to add in her sleeve, but we're not really going to see that with this drawing. I don't really have any advice for going more in-depth clothes, because as you can see, I'm only drawing the very basic premise of her. This is if you can't get her character. If you would like a video that goes into how to draw her clothes, I will do that. But I tend to see that my channel is not very big, so I don't know if a lot of people are going to ask for that. So only if it's requested, I will do it. But I wouldn't say I'm the clothing master anyway. But yeah, we're going to add in this line here. And we're just going to squiggle it down. It's very simple. Once you get the hang of it. It really doesn't take that much to do. The thing is, it's like at first this stuff seems really difficult, and it is when you're learning. But after a while it becomes very, very easy. Well, kind of. After practice. Everything takes practice. Like, if you feel bad because even after watching this video you are still struggling with drawing her, don't feel bad. As a matter of fact, I practiced a lot before doing this video. Here, let me make sure this is focused. These are some of the drawings that I did of her. You know, and I tried to practice her face and just getting the hang of her and how she looks from different angles, her ears being drawn differently. Just all of those things I practiced, and this is, you know, just a little bit of how I drew her before to get this product. I didn't just get here and just draw it and be like, oh, this is how you do it, follow me, I'm amazing. No, I practiced to make sure that I was going to give you guys a very, like a pretty good product. I don't think it's perfect, but pretty good. So, yes, this is the very basics of how to draw her.